Hey, chismosas.
Welcome to the Tell Me Chisme podcast with Marty and Kim.
Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode. So, today's topic we really wanted to talk about were specifically celebrity brands that have come out and whether or not we think they're cash grabs or passion projects.
There was lots of these. We obviously didn't mention, obviously it's impossible to do all of them. We did a lot of the big ones, like the more obvious ones, some of the more like smaller ones that people might not realize maybe that a celebrity's had. So we just kind of tried doing different categories because it was super easy to kind of get just stuck in the beauty, but there's several different like niches and stuff of companies.
And celebrity brands are like not a new concept by any means. I feel like if anything they just blew up more recently, like from the past few years, because I feel like there's a lot more attention on these brands from social media, so there's obviously a lot more celebrities creating brands. But yeah, we have a list of them and we are going to go through them. So the first one we have on here is Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez.
And that one, I think it's okay. So I think it's so hard to kind of decide with these women celebrities because they have glam teams that they get all their glam done by like from a team artists, for the most part. I'm sure there's very few makeup artists that are like celebrities that do their own makeup.
Mm-hmm.
But just because they have a glam team doesn't mean that they're passionate about makeup. They enjoy playing with makeup on the side at home, all that, you know.
And
it's kind of, and especially because some celebrities obviously don't post all their personal life on social media, so there could be a very good chance that Selena Gomez was a big makeup girly just on her own and stuff like at home and all that. Yeah, puede ser, who knows? But I'm saying like Rare Beauty itself, I mean, she came after Rihanna. It could have been like a, ooh, that's a good,
yes,
you know.
I will say, just at face value, I want to say it's a passion project, but I think the reason I say this is because I feel like her brand is one of the few celebrity ones that I feel like actually has like a vision or story behind it, which a lot of these other brands kind of don't seem to have, or they're really vague, so it makes it seem like it was just really rushed. This one, although I haven't bought a lot of products from Rare, I feel like with the amount of information I've seen from Rare, I think it seems like she's actually very invested into her brand, and it makes sense for her. Again, like you said, I don't see her really as a makeup girly, but true. I think she is passionate about it.
True. Also, I think a lot of her thing, she's been very vocal about like mental health. She's suffering from, you know, whatever mental health stuff she deals with. So I feel like, and I want to say, I think I might be lying on this. It was either in the beginning or part of it that I think Rare Beauty, I don't know if it's like a certain amount or something, but I think certain proceeds go to like mental health services.
I don't know if she does it all year long, but during random days she'll do like, I'm gonna donate 1% of proceeds to this cause or whatever.
I want to say that all purchases, a very small percentage does go for that, because I want to say that that's kind of her. Yeah, I want to say that that's part of her like thing, because I know mental health is a big thing, which is part of her kind of like,
which I told my sister this, but I feel like she doesn't believe me when I say this, but there's a lot of people who actually don't even know Rare Beauty was created by Selena Gomez. I think the reason being, maybe more recently, I think she brought herself more into the brand and like made it very obvious that like she's the founder, but a lot of people didn't know Rare Beauty was owned by Selena Gomez, because I feel like that's not a big thing in their branding. Like they don't make it known that it's celebrity owned, which I think it's good, because I'm a marketing major, so one thing they like love to talk about, like if celebs like have their own brand, that they want it to be a brand that is still gonna make sense if the celeb steps away, like it still has its own thing, which I feel like Rare does good. So I would say passion project. Agreed?
Yes.
Now the kind of rivalry that this one has is the one that you brought up, which was Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. Funny enough, I still feel like Rihanna was not even a person that I consider that was like super makeup-y, but I feel like she also is known for her looks. Like people know that like that's her thing.
True, but I think she's so big on
inclusivity.
Yes, that I think that she decided. I think she saw a need in the market, both beauty and lingerie. That I think she was the big one.
Well, that's a different brand, but yes,
it is. But I'm saying they were both basically brought up around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like they were basically built around the same time. So I think including those, grouping those, I think is fair, because I think, like I said, both that was also when the whole Victoria's Secret, like,
yeah,
you know, having just skinny models, you know, thin models in that space. She kind of filled the gap with having not only bigger women but also men and like boxers, and that, you know, including both.
Which she does great in that sense. I will say, I'm not gonna get too deep into it though, but people have kind of like called out Rihanna and the Savage X Fenty brand simply because it got scaled by maybe I'll try and link it down below so I fact check it, but like it got rated as less ethical than Shein, which is crazy. So like
Fenty,
Savage, like the lingerie company. So that's kind of rough, which is very expensive. I've never bought something.
Which sucks because it's not even like a one-time purchase thing. It's like a subscription, which is even worse.
Similar to like Yitty by Lizzo, but under Fabletics. Like there's just a subscription thing too, which that's a really interesting avenue to take. I don't know why they decided to do it that way.
Which is weird because Fabletics has standalone stores.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, they do. They do. So I'm like, why would you? That's the thing. I don't know if they carry the Yitty or the Yitty's just strictly under the subscription.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fabletics has their own standalone stores. Not very many. I've only seen one. Yeah. But like it was in Oklahoma City. So if Oklahoma City has it, I'm sure other cities do.
I will say, I think the Savage X Fenty, like the lingerie thing itself, could go either way of cash grab or passion project. I feel like you could argue either or. But as far as Fenty Beauty, I want to say passion project, but it just happened to get as successful as it did. I did not think it was going to get that high.
Okay, I think that one is both.
You think it could be both?
I think it's both, Brianna. I think she saw the lack of inclusivity, that she was like, regardless, to start off, she's like, I'm going to be the only one doing this, that I think automatically it's going to have some tread and do pretty well.
Wow.
And I will say her foundations, when she dropped the 40 whatever colors that she did, like
I think it's more than that.
That was big, like, for then. So then I'm like, the fact that she was the first one to do it, she, regardless of how people actually like the foundation, the fact that people were talking about it, trying it out, buying it, she knew it was going to be successful.
Yeah. And I feel like her brand goes with a lot of like her, like she's very involved in it. Like she's the face of it.
Yes.
And like all the names of her products, I feel like it's like one of them is called like Island Girl or something. I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said basically both falls under both.
Yes. So I think the Fenty and the more so the Fenty Beauty, but yes, I think that one falls under both.
One that we kind of threw in here for shits and giggles, just because I thought it was kind of funny. I think it's very obvious what it is. The Rock's hair brand. It's called Papatui. We're probably saying that wrong, but
yeah, I don't know what that stands for or what it's.
I don't know.
Signifies. Yeah. Because, man, the reason why I included this, because I didn't even know he had a brand. I think I saw a tweet that there was like, how is The Rock's bald ass going to be selling me hair products?
Yeah, it's at Target, and like the pictures I've seen for it, it's literally obviously him bald. It's not like they're going to put a wig on him. And it's like him like holding his bald head and smiling. So I'm like, what is the marketing for this? Like, who's buying?
Yeah.
You're trusting a bald man to tell you about hair? Low funky. I think that's an easy cash grab.
Yes.
I think. But my thing is, I'm like, are people actually even buying it? I wouldn't trust it.
That's the thing. I think people are buying it. They're definitely not buying it for The Rock. I don't think The Rock has that. I don't think The Rock has that type of fan base.
Maybe not.
I think The Rock has the type of fan base that if he like recommends like a movie or something, like I don't know. I think if he were to recommend maybe like an action movie or something,
I think if he came out with like a protein powder, like he's known for like lifting. That would have made more sense.
You have to know your audience, and I just think this one was a clear, obvious cash grab.
Yeah.
That he doesn't have the audience. Like, I feel like if fans of The Rock, I feel like aren't so hyper focused on their hair.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
If anything, I feel like they'd embrace the bald, but who knows? Okay, another one along the lines of hair, we have Sacred by Beyonce. So, honestly, whenever she came out announcing that this brand was coming out, I was one of those people that I felt like, which is like, oh my God, another celebrity brand. But the more I looked into it, I didn't want to be so ignorant. I did look into it further, and it's like, don't attack me, because I know a lot of people are like extreme Beyonce fans, and they're like, how did you not know? And it's like, okay, if you're not involved in the fan base, you wouldn't know. But like, apparently her mom was like a hairstylist for a long time. Like that was a thing she did, so she knew a lot about hair. And that obviously, I mean, we can experience this because we're Latina, but like for Black women, like hair is like a very important thing, especially with hair care. And so according to Beyonce, the reason she made it is because she felt like there was like something missing in the market, like more like luxury, but for people that have that kind of hair. And I was like, that's interesting.
I haven't seen the reviews to see if they do label themselves as like luxury, if that name and price tag is matching up.
I mean, I like the way she spelled it, and then it's called obviously Sacred. Like that's really cute. I like that. I will say though, I feel like she was kind of late to the game. You think?
Beyonce, I feel like her career has been much longer, reigning more than the first two women we talked about. True.
But Beyonce does already own some other stuff.
No, she does. Like her like champagne, her alcohol line that she has, that one. I feel like that one was. I feel like goes really well because
And then
not
the
it's a
Adidas
yeah
clothing,
like
yeah.
the. I feel like the alcohol one makes sense for her. Like very bougie. It's a very like
Yeah.
high end like ticketed item, and not just that. Like it gets like they go to like award shows and only drink their bottles. Like they
Ooh, I
themselves.
didn't know that. So good
Yes.
for her.
Yeah, I think oh man, I want to say it was like Kristen Bell or one of those like cute like white actresses. Her and her mom were at an award show sitting next to Beyonce, and they're like, "Oh my god, like could we try your guys' alcohol?" And Beyonce and Jay-Z poured them a glass.
Wow.
And that they really enjoyed it. So she was it was like a little Instagram. She was doing an unboxing because Beyonce sent them like a box of their alcohol.
Good
so
on
like
her.
that was a good marketing because like she didn't have to pay them, at least from what we know, and like
Yeah.
she would just market like, guys, Beyonce sent me a package. She's like, well, who am I? And like here she is sharing it.
Yeah, so Sacred by Beyonce. I want to say
both.
I was
Just
going to say
'cause-
both, only because especially like I don't want to compare, but Beyonce does already have a ton of money. Like she didn't need to make another brand.
She's
but hey,
they're already in the billionaire club. Like,
yeah, so
did
they
you
didn't
really
need
need
this.
another?
Yeah,
Whatever.
but hey, hopefully people are buying it. I will say the only thing I'm kind of like shocked by, again, I don't know if that was their whole point and the way they did their packaging, but their packaging is kind of the actual shape of like the top and stuff is very cool. I don't know the meaning behind it. I'm sorry, maybe I'm ignorant to it. But it's just like essentially beige and then it says Sacred. Like the way kind of like
Is it-
Skims markets. Like it's just very simple.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of packaging now I think is
I'm
getting more
confusing
boring.
it, I think, with another brand at
You think?
Ulta. But yeah.
Possibly, but yeah,
Okay.
that's Beyonce. So we're gonna say maybe both passion project because of the lore to it and then
Yes,
cash
but
grab.
more cash grab for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say cash grab on that.
Here's another one that I know it's owned by a celebrity now, but I think I only learned about this like maybe 2 years ago. Before that I had no clue. Casamigos by George Clooney.
Oh wait, are we skipping this one?
I'll talk about that one after.
Okay.
Yeah, Casamigos by George Clooney. I didn't realize that he was owned by it, but maybe it's because, again, maybe he's not very involved in it. I never knew until like 2 years ago. Someone informed me.
I only know because I think there's some ads.
Yeah.
Not to call you out or anything, but you don't go out much.
I don't.
Yeah, so I feel like in bigger cities and stuff, I've seen like actual like trucks with like the Casamigos logos on it, like carrying that alcohol,
Yeah.
and it'll have like a George Clooney picture on it and stuff.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like I said, I've no, and not just that too. Like every time I watch TikToks that are talking about like tequila recipes or like mocktails or whatever, or not mocktails, but like alcohol recipes, they always say like use a real tequila. They're like, don't none of that Casamigos.
Yeah, like none of that fake
Yes.
shit, essentially.
But I will say it's very like popular. I don't know if it's.
For being well known?
I don't. Yeah,
I don't know about
I don't know if
quality.
it's about quality. I don't know anything about that. Like I said,
You just drink it.
Yeah, like I've only drank it a couple times, and I don't
I don't
remember, like being.
I don't know if
obsessed
I have a
with it.
vivid memory of just like drinking Casamigos as a thing. Like even if I went to a liquor store, like I guess that's not the first one that catches my eye. So I'm like I don't ever buy
I
it.
will say though, it has a very nice like appealing like.
I like the logo.
Yes, it has a very
It's
like
simple but colorful.
Yes, I was gonna say it's simple, and it's just attractive. Like it's a nice little bottle.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Cash grab or passion project?
I'm
they've
not
been
gonna
out for, like, a long
lie.
time, no?
George Clooney, like I would have taken him as like a whiskey, like
You think?
kind of
Maybe
bourbon
I was
guy.
gonna say also I feel like that's like very stereotypical for like men to not really be like tequila people. It's always like risky,
True.
whiskey.
I'm not gonna
rum.
lie, like Matthew McConaughey, him being a Texas guy and all that, and him being a little into
Yeah.
like some like
bourbon or
spicy. Yeah,
something.
no, I was gonna say, I feel like Matthew McConaughey. I feel like him. I could be like, okay, if Matthew McConaughey came out with like a margarita mix or something, I feel like that would make more sense.
You think?
Low
Huh,
key.
Maybe I would need to do more research into him,
Yeah.
but I can't see it. So, for me, I want to say cash grab, but I'm gonna preface this by saying we have a couple more like alcohol ones in here. For me, almost all of them are gonna be cash grabs, but I'll get to why.
I will say, I feel like a lot of celebrities who drink alcohol, just because you drink alcohol doesn't mean you need to have an alcohol line.
Yeah, that's
So, unless for some reason, let's just say you have, I don't know, like I said, unless you're really like known for like,
has to make sense to
alcohol,
your brand,
yeah.
quite literally.
yeah.
So, talking about that, our next one on this list is 818 by Kendall Jenner.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I do already have a bias with almost any product that kind of comes out of that family for, I think, very obvious reasons I'm not going to get into. But 818, whenever that got announced that it was coming out, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think I was just kind of like, it didn't make sense to me. I was like, I've never known Kendall to be a party girl. I've never known her to be a drinker. If anything, I've known other people in that family, like Kylie, to be more of like that party personality that drinks.
And that's the
So I
thing.
did find it
We
weird.
didn't even include her brand, but she has like a vodka spritzer.
Yeah, we didn't know that because
Yeah.
there's a lot of other
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a
like
lot of
seltzers.
brands that they have.
But when 818 came out, I was like, okay, that's kind of an interesting way to go. And I will say this. If I'm trying to put my bias aside, I do like their marketing. I think it's cute and simple, but I also did hear that they were getting sued because another alcohol brand has similar marketing, like the labels and stuff like that.
Okay, ever since 818 came out, this was my take. I'm like you said, Kendall, I feel like was more of the quiet, kind of shy one of the family.
Yeah.
So her coming out with the tequila brand,
didn't make sense.
and I get it. They don't market it as like a crazy like college
Yeah.
party like tequila brand or anything. But for me, what would make sense? Like I take her more of like a chilling poolside, beachside with her friends.
Hers like a
I would've-
bikini, something
Yeah,
like
I was
that.
gonna say, okay, bikini line would make more sense, or even that like, since she's very like more like,
She's extreme clean girl.
yeah, clean girl aesthetic. Like I would have loved. Like I have a vision. I'm like, they're in like a chateau somewhere in like Italy, France, in like a kind of like a gardeny area with her friends. There's a pool, and they're drinking like a this is the way I had it, like a champagne. And I know champagne is normally like kind of like marketed like upscale,
Yeah.
but more like a champagne for like a regular girl.
I could see that for
and
sure.
and not just that.
To be honest, even a wine too.
Yeah, or not just that. Like she's really big into horses and like all that.
Oh,
and I'm like,
yeah.
I could see like almost like a Ralph Lauren type of ad, but like with
There
the
you
champagne,
go.
like I said,
like a
market,
collection even too.
kind of like a champagne, but for more of like the average user. Because like let's just say most people aren't drinking champagne unless it's like a wedding, a
Like
New Year's,
celebrating.
stuff like that. So I feel like that would be a good space to go into, like
Yeah.
a
Like
champagne,
kind of an untapped market right
yes,
there.
a champagne, but kind of more marketed for everyone for more occasions other than just celebrations.
Yeah, so for Kendall's, I really do think it was a cash grab. But like I
Agree.
said, for a lot of these alcohol brands, specifically tequila, like,
it's easy to say cash grab.
yeah, just because like also like there's like very specific rules to make tequila because you can only get it in Mexico. Obviously, that you can only make it there to be able to sell it over here. Like they're very strict with the rules they have
Well,
over
in
there.
tequila specifically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with tequila, and there's only so many like states that you can make it in. But I'm like, a lot of these.
Well, the thing is, I
celebrities
think you
just
can
never
only make it in tequila
No, I looked it up. There's a couple more states that like allow it now.
and allow it, and they'll call it
Mhm.
tequila.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. But that's what I'm saying. Like they're very strict within. Like obviously, a lot of different countries like have their specific rules for it. But tequila being one of them, I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of get upset when some celebs go into it, especially when it doesn't fit their market. And not only that, like I feel like for some celebs, if they really wanted to go into it, I think it would make more sense for them to find like already established brands, or maybe ones that need more attention, and doing more like collabs. That's how I would do it. But again, I'm only saying that I think because we're Mexican. But next up on the list, one that she informed me of, I have never heard of. It's called Loved One. It's a skincare line by John Legend.
Yes,
You
John
talk about
Legend. Yeah, like okay, I only know because they were. It was about the same time that Pharrell, John Legend, and all these other celebrities were coming out with their brands.
Yeah.
John Legend, his wife coming out with the cookbook makes sense because
Mhm.
Chrissy Teigen really likes cooking, all that. Her having a cookbook, even like if she were to come out with like aprons, that would make sense. Stuff like that, a kitchen line of some sort.
Yeah.
But John Legend with a skincare line,
Yeah.
I get it. Like,
Which funny enough for John Legend, I also, now that you're talking about this, I'm starting to remember. Okay, I've heard about it, but I guess it was so unmemorable that it didn't stick with me. I saw he did some kind of YouTube video with some YouTuber, and they were using the skincare together. I can't remember for the life of me, but maybe I'll put it in the description or something. And he's talking about it, and I do remember him being like very like informed about like the ingredients going into in the process. So he clearly was educated on it, but I'm like, it still didn't make sense to me. I never have taken John Legend and be like a super like skincare guy, but hey.
yeah, that one cash grab.
Yeah, I'm gonna
we
say
can just
cash
move
grab
on.
next because I don't remember what the packaging looks like. Another tequila one that I don't even think Mari knew existed. Chicas Divertidas by Megan Thee Stallion. When I told her the title of this tequila brand,
I had seen the tweet that she was promoting her alcohol. I didn't even know it was tequila. I definitely didn't know the name. I
Yeah.
just saw that it was like some tweet about Megan Thee Stallion with her alcohol coming out.
yeah, when I told her the title of it, she was like, "Damn!" And she had to make it in Spanish. Like that felt kind of funky. I don't know how I feel
It
about
just
that.
felt like it doesn't line up with any of her persona of her character, like of her performance.
Because here's the
person.
thing, like you said, just because like you may drink tequila doesn't automatically mean you need a brand. Because one thing about Megan, like very early on in her career, her big thing was like who want to ride the boat or who want to drive the boat, and it was like her giving out shots to people. But as far as I remember, her giving shots was always using that Jay-Z and Beyonce's.
Oh, that alcohol?
She always would use theirs. And so I'm like, again, like, there's a big thing in business they say where, like, just because you can make it doesn't mean you should. Like, if no one's asking for this, it's not always like a sign that you should do it just because you have the resources.
And not just that, I feel like she could have played on her name, Megan Thee Stallion.
What do you
Like,
mean by that?
Whether with the title, with the packaging, something.
You think it's funny that she just went with like something in Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will give her this though. The packaging, I think, for comparing that to like the 8181 by Kendall Jenner,
It's just more interesting to look at.
it's a lot more interesting to look at. If I were to walk into like a liquor store and I saw the two side by side, I would probably go more towards Megan's because it's just like the shape is really interesting.
Well, the
it's
thing
really
is,
colorful.
Have you seen the 818 bottles that are shaped like an 8? That
Yeah,
bottle's really
is
cool. That bottle
looks
is
more
really
like a
cool.
vase to me, but yeah,
It is, no, but that's the thing. You could use it as a vase after.
That is
like,
true.
You know, it could be like house decor.
Yeah, but same with Megan's because it's really colorful.
True, but the 818's white. It would go with more.
So she wants more simple stuff.
I will say, Megan Thee Stallion's, hers looks more like a perfume bottle.
Oh, just a really huge one.
A huge one, but it looks
Yeah.
more like a
But
perfume bottle.
I'm gonna say cash grab.
Major cash grab.
I don't know if she's passionate.
I will say,
because
we're talking about the name in Spanish with having nothing to do with her or anything, was like, I don't know, like I remember getting an ad on Instagram. It was for a tequila company, and it was based out of like it was somewhere in, like local, I think in Missouri, maybe not Kansas City, but it was somewhere out of Missouri. And I was thinking like, oh, it's a local, like it's a tequila brand based out of Missouri, like near us. I was like, oh, how cool! Like let me look into it. The bottle was like a simple, like just glass bottle, but the packaging had like skulls, like candy skulls, like kind of the Dia de los Muertos vibes, like colors very bright, vibrant. And I was like, oh my god, like the bottle's cool. I click
the bottle itself is not the skull, right?
No.
Okay.
The bottle's just glass, but the actual packaging, the sticker thing that goes around, is just like a ton of skulls and colorful. And I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. And it had an interesting name. Go to the info about me company, owned by 2 white guys. And I was like, wow, you guys are really just owning in on the whole Cinco de Mayo colorful thing. I was like,
I hate
whatever.
when that happens. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's one of the reasons why I also get like really upset when these celebrities that, like, not to say you have to be Latino to own this kind of company, but I feel like it's still one of those sacred things that I feel like it should still be majority owned by like Latinos. But unfortunately, it's not, because again, anybody could do it. But we're gonna try and do more of a speed run through a lot of these other ones because we have a lot. I'm telling you, we could probably make like 2 or 3 episodes about this because there's just so many celebrity brands. So next one on the list, Honest by Jessica Alba.
Honest, I think that one makes sense. I think that one was passion.
I think it was a passion project too. I didn't remember this. Like, it didn't click to me until you said it, that she started off as like it was just diapers.
Oh, okay. It started off, I don't know if it started off diapers, but it definitely started more in like that, I think, that aspect first.
Like wellness.
Like, I think wellness / baby. I think it started like
Okay.
that. I don't know what came first, whether it came the beauty or whatever, but the whole company itself, Honest, because I think they were trying to use more like clean ingredients, stuff like that. But honestly, out of all these, it's the only one that I think that I know of that's gone public in a stock market. So that company is huge.
Especially because like I hear a lot of moms rave about the Honest diapers. They're always out of stock whenever I see at Target. And then not only that, my first ever product I bought from Honest Beauty, it was before I even knew Jessica Alba owned it. I bought like this cream blush because I thought it was beautiful. I kid you not, I had never went through a cream blush so fast in my life. It was like the perfect shade, amazing. And then after I found out it was by Jessica, I was like, wow.
And the fact that a Latina made a company that like got to the public, like the stock market, that's cool.
Yeah, that is dope. So I'm gonna say passion project. I really do think so.
Yeah.
Next one on here, I think it's kind of obvious. Skims by Kim. Similar to Kendall, a lot of their brands.
Well, that's the thing. That one is kind of hard. A lot of these are kind of hard to decide, because a lot of these, like, we have to think about, it's not like the celebrity decided to create it. A lot of them, their team,
it's brought to them, and they're like, this would be a great money thing for you, an avenue
like
to take.
Emma, the creator, the one that kind of started Skim, she also started
Good American
with Chloe.
We didn't put her on her because that one's also another.
Yes, like she's a guest star on the Shark Tank. She is brilliant,
great entrepreneur,
super smart.
Yeah,
she's just amazing. What she does with these ladies, like, where she's like, you know what, you would fit great in this market. You'd market this really well. Not only is she getting her bag, she's helping them get their bag. And honestly, like, I feel like she's killing it, because not only is she away from the company, no one really knows who she is, like, unless you're like into that really entrepreneurial like Shark Tank kind of thing. Like, she gets to keep her face kind of private.
Yeah.
But while Kim and Chloe are the face of these companies.
I will say, out of all the brands that Kim has, like KKW, and then she had also a skincare one, right? Maybe it falls under KKW.
Yes, yeah.
But Skims, out of the ones that she does own, seems like the most one that resonates with her. Also,
Yes.
considering, like, because she talked about how, like, well, when I have to go to the red carpet, I didn't have, like, stuff to wear under that suit me. But I feel like it kind of has left that. It's become more apparel and, you know, clothes. And eventually it might get into
Yes.
kind of like what Kylie has.
But
with
I will say,
dresses.
I feel like her, what do you call it? Like, yeah, like, yes, it was brought to her,
Mm-hmm.
but I think she also believed in it enough to where it was a passion project at some point. And
yeah,
it still
I'm sure
might
it
be.
is.
So more cash grab, but I want to say that one is both for her.
Yeah, only because I don't. There's very few things that I look at that brand that I think is like super revolutionary. One thing
Well,
I
the
will say
thing
that
is, I
super
feel
cool-
like at the beginning it was.
possibly, yeah.
Yes, I feel like now a lot of the stuff that we're seeing are skim dupes. That
yeah.
yes, you're like, oh well, they're everywhere now. But I'm like, cause Skims kind of started them.
Well, I said, yeah. So we're gonna agree, kind of cash grab, maybe partially passion project.
I think I think both for me, cause like I only think about like they have some of like their cutoff, like some of their like
Some of
like,
them that do make sense, and I'm like, I
yes.
don't know if there's other brands doing it, but also it's because I've never looked into it.
agree. But yeah, like so they have some unique things that I can
Yeah.
see what their company does so well.
This next one, I'm gonna let you take over because I only know of the brand, but like I know it exists, but I really don't know what they do exactly. It's The Row by the Olsen twins. If you guys don't know who the Olsen twins are, I'm sure you recognize them if you ever seen Full House.
Yeah, the
it's
twins.
the little,
yeah,
it's the two
Michelle.
little twins. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a luxury high-end clothing brand. They have purses too. But yeah, they have like no logo really. I think their logo is super simple. It might just be like some lines or something.
They give me like quiet luxury. Like they want to be like,
no,
they have a
that's
very extreme target
that's
audience.
definitely like their target audience. Like, and the thing is like their bags, I don't remember, their bags are in like the 500,000s range, I think.
Whew.
But yeah, shirts, like a t-shirt might cost you like 250, 298, like 300, like a white t-shirt.
I mean, I'm not
But
gonna
I
talk
will
about the
say-
ethics of it, but that is crazy, dude.
No, but that's the thing though. From things I've heard and stuff, like their cuts, their silhouettes, they're not things that you can just go off like, whatever, I'm gonna get a Walmart dupe.
Oh, I believe that.
Yes,
100%.
that allegedly, like the quality of their clothing, like I think the prices they're paying, I mean, they definitely don't care about the brand. I'm telling you, like no one's gonna see a white t-shirt and be like, oh my god, they're wearing that one t-shirt from The Row.
Yeah. I
I
feel like that's the
definitely
case with a
do
lot of
think
quiet
it's
luxury.
it's the kind of celebrities that like throw clothes on that you're like, that just looks so effortless. But I think that's what a lot of their stuff is, like just like the effortless, on the go, cool person.
So, thoughts?
I think that one passion project.
Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it because I don't know enough.
Yeah, passion
Next,
project.
we'll keep this one short and sweet. Rem.
Intended?
No, I didn't mean
Oh.
to. Sabrina doesn't own anything yet.
Oh, I thought, doesn't Ariana Grande have something sweetener or something?
Oh, I guess, but I
Okay.
wasn't. I didn't
Oh, okay.
intend for that to be okay. Rem or REM by Ariana Grande. I think that one is a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Cash grab because again, a lot of people buy makeup, and especially if celebrity, eventually people are going to.
Yeah.
I think it also makes sense. Ariana Grande has like a very distinct look that like a lot of
Agree.
people associate with her.
Like her
Like, it's-
eyeliner.
yeah, wings, certain lips, you know, eyebrows too. So
Yeah.
I would say a little bit of both because you know if you make a beauty brand, people are gonna buy it just to try it. So I would say both, but she seems really involved with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have One Size by Patrick Starr. I told Mari that I wanted to add this one to the list because although Patrick Starr is like a celebrity, I don't think he's as
more of an
well
influencer, yeah.
I guess, but he is also very successful, so I don't want to like undermine him and just categorizes him as an influencer. So to some extent, I do think he's a
Well,
celebrity.
that's the thing.
In the makeup world, how about that?
Okay.
How about
okay,
that? Because
yeah.
he's not going to be well known to like.
Yes, agree.
average
Yeah,
person.
I was like, that's why. Yeah.
But out of a lot of the makeup brands I have on here, I think his is the most that would be considered a passion project because I think his products make the most sense to me. And not only that, I didn't know this until maybe like a year ago because I started watching his videos a little bit more. But like he went back to esthetician school to be able to learn more about skincare, about makeup,
Oh.
so he could actually develop his products.
I think I saw something like that.
If you guys wonder why she's doing that, it's because I get so bad about moving the mic whenever I'm talking. I just be going.
Because she's so adamant about holding it on that little tripod
Because
thing.
it just feels better, you know?
Okay.
I don't know. So
Yes.
I would say passion.
I will say passion too. And not just that, like he's a man with facial hair who applies heavily glam makeup on himself. I feel like no one's going to know coverage and
Yeah, better than him.
like durability more than him.
Exactly. And I love his like motto for why he called it one size. He said because he says makeup is one size fits all, which
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yes.
ate with that. That was so good.
Yep. Okay.
All
What
right.
was the next one?
So we have a couple more brands we're just going to go through as quick as we can because we're some yappers. We have Huda Beauty. Thoughts?
Huda Beauty Passion Project.
Passion project as well, but I know people have accused her, and I kind of see it of her like copying Beauty Bakery, and I think she got sued, but I don't know if she won the lawsuit. But I see the comparisons, but with a lot of her new products and branding, I would say Passion Project. We have we never looked
Okay,
at how to
I don't
say
know
it.
if it's like zero with the B, bureau, but Tom Holland's 0% like
or beer.
it's beer.
Yeah,
Specifically.
non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, non-alcoholic beer. His seems, from what I've interviews and stuff, it does seem like a passion project.
Okay, thank God. I thought you were gonna say cash. I'm like, don't say that.
I mean cash grab, because it does seem like somebody like.
I wouldn't say cash grab. I think that's an untapped market, but at the same time, I think
No, but I'm saying I think he said that somebody like kind of brought it up to him that they were. I think that he said they were saying that they had brought up like the chance of like an opportunity to make an alcohol or whatever. But I think he kind of had.
I believe it.
Yeah, but then he had kind of like refused those. But then the opportunity came up. I don't know. Like I said, if he thought of it, or if it just kind of came up whenever he decided to go on his sobriety journey.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like the story behind it. I feel like maybe that's a good push for Hollywood because a lot of people are like extreme
and not just
alcoholics.
that, like it looks like. I mean, I actually don't know what non-alcoholic beer normally looks like, but I mean, it looks like the real thing, and like I don't know.
Hey, maybe we need to do a taste test of some of these.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have Lec by Charles Leclerc. It's like a ice cream.
Yes, ice cream by
Is
the
it
Formula
vegan?
One. No, I don't think so. It's ice cream by the Formula One driver, Charles. Cash grab. I'm sorry, Charles. You can like
agree.
ice cream all you like. But
I
come on, Charles.
I don't understand it. Also, one thing we thought was so funny. I don't know if she went on his site for it or Google or what.
The
but
website.
She's like, I love the diversity here. It was just him and like.
Yeah, it's a ton of French people. Like I'm assuming French because he's French, but like,
yeah.
well, actually, he's okay. I don't know if he's actually is he French? I think he's French.
Girl, I don't know, but that's not relevant to the conversation right now.
Yeah. Okay. If he's not French, I'm sorry.
Oops. Okay. Next, we have the D'Amelio sisters. They have a couple of different stuff, so I feel like already it's giving cash grab because why are you venturing into so many different avenues? It seems like, girl, pick your lane. You don't know what you're doing. It feels like they're just kind of like pulling at straws and seeing which one sticks. So they have Charlie owns a perfume. They both have like popcorn that sold at Walmart, and then you said they have shoes. I didn't know that.
Yes, they have shoes. It's like heels, whatever. It's like a Steve Madden.
See, like stuff I wouldn't understand. If anything, if I had to like let's say create, I know at one point they had clothes you were saying at what PacSun or something like that.
Oh, I think that might have been like a
But that seems more like a collab collection type thing. Like they're not full owners.
Yeah.
But what I think would have made sense, like Charlie, she's a dancer. I think she could have came out with like some kind of athleisure or athletic stuff.
Yep, I've seen that too online.
That would have made sense to me. The
so
other sister,
both.
We'll do cash grab.
Yeah.
Next one, we have Chamberlain Coffee by Emma Chamberlain. I think that one could easily be a mix of both. Thoughts?
Agree. I think mainly passion, but yes, both.
Yes. And the reason I'll say this because I think Emma's whole brand at the beginning when she blew up, maybe people don't know her for this now, but whenever she first blew up, like her whole thing was being like a quirky teen that like was really obsessed with coffee.
She's a vlogger, by the way, if anyone doesn't know who Emma Chamberlain is.
Yeah, vlogger, but doesn't really do social media a whole lot anymore. She more like works with like
now she does. You guys have probably, if you guys don't know her from YouTube and stuff, she's did like the Vogue like red carpet interviews.
Yeah.
She like kind of
she works with
viral.
Louis Vuitton a lot.
Yeah, she went viral for like a little interview with Jack Harlow.
Yeah, she's like one of the few people that have made it big on social media that have kind of been able to step away from that and like go into celeb.
So I would say now she's just like a online personality.
Yeah, I agree. Like public figure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a mix of both. I told my sister all the time, I think she has some of the best marketing. So shout out to her and her marketing team.
Yes.
I think they have some of the best
the
for
most
being celebs.
interesting to look at. Each drop that they do is very like appealing to the eye. Not just that, creative.
Yeah, but also obviously cash grab because I feel like coffee is a really good market to get into because like a lot of people like coffee. And like I think it's kind of hard to mess up, to be honest.
If you know how to do it right.
Yeah, I will say, even though we kind of talked shit earlier, not really talk shit, but on 818, her collab with Kendall Jenner was very smart. The espresso martini they did, the marketing for that was very interesting.
Wait, who did the collab?
Emma Chamberlain and 818.
I had no idea.
Well, maybe it didn't work because it didn't reach to her.
Yeah, it didn't reach me.
Yeah, I'm always looking at what they're doing, even though I don't really purchase Chamberlain coffee. But yeah, cool. I think it's a mix of cash grab and passion project. We have two more, but again, this could go on forever. One that she thought of was Golf by Tyler, the Creator, which I feel like started off more so as like just merch. It was just very like graphic tees, very skater, but it's kind of like.
And I will say that's a really cool. Okay, so I recently saw an ad on Instagram. It was like a Mexican inspired like golf clothing brand.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what? I was like, that is such a cool, like, untapped market, like you said, like Mexicans, like, and maybe it was definitely more Mexicans, but I think their whole thing is like Latinos on the,
Wow.
like, on the.
I mean, I'm not their target
going
audience, but
golfing.
that sounds cool.
Yeah, no, like, so cool. So I think Tyler the Creator too. Like, I feel like rappers and like more like street style. Like, I feel like you don't really equate that to like on the golf. What do you call it? On the golf.
I guess.
No,
I will say, I feel
call
like most people expect rappers to dress a very stereotypical way, and I feel like Tyler really gets out of that. I feel like he dresses really cool. It's very distinct. Like, a
He
lot of
does.
people, like, whenever you see guys wearing, like, slacks and, like, loafers and, like, let's say a polo or, like, a collar and maybe a hat, people automatically think of, like, Tyler the Creator. Like, that is his signature
yes.
look.
So I will say, I feel like him getting inspiration from that and taking it out onto the, I can't think of the word for the golf thing. The, what do you call it? Where they actually golf. The,
Girl, I don't know. I can't think either. I'm having a brain fart.
not the turf, but you guys know what I
Yeah,
mean.
you
The
know what I mean.
grass or whatever. I feel like that was a really cool untapped market, like bringing street style to the golf clubs, which are predominantly white male.
Good for him
whatever
taking up
dominated.
space.
Yep.
I'm gonna say passion project, but cash grab because of the collection he did with Louis. But also it was very good. So
okay.
yeah. Last one we have on here, which she didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
It's Pleasing Nail Polish by Harry Styles. I thought that was interesting. I didn't think that it. I mean, it makes sense because he paints his nails, but I feel like it's like.
Cash grab.
Yeah, especially with the quality that I've seen from videos, it's like, bro, it looks very fucking.
Yeah,
boring.
you said MGK has one too.
Yeah, I didn't even want to throw it in there, to be honest, because
Yeah.
again, no one knows about it, and like there's some of these that I'm like, just because you like a thing doesn't mean you have to make a brand about it.
Exactly.
Just find a company. In my opinion, this is what I would do. Like, let's say I was going to these celebs and I was saying, you want to start your own company? How about you just find a company you think is doing something really well, and you could target to their audience that they already have with a collab or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can make multiple collections.
Maybe. So to close off this episode, honestly, maybe something that we can do on the next one is maybe we can choose some stuff from here and test it out. We can do like the bureau.
That'd be interesting.
That one.
And then we can actually make a decision.
Oh yeah. Oh man, real quick.
What?
The girl who does bass, the luggages.
Shay Mitchell.
Shay Mitchell.
She has a seltzer too.
Yeah, I was gonna say she has a seltzer. I was
Yeah,
like,
which I don't want to get into because that brand pisses me off. But
Really?
yeah, I'll tell you why off camera. But
okay, so yeah, but her and her luggage. That one I think for sure is a money grab, but honestly it does really
money
well.
grab, but it does really good.
It does really well. The
it's
marketing,
really creative.
I love the
Yeah.
colors, their marketing. I love that. Like
I want to preface
really
this by
like it.
saying too, whenever we're saying cash grab or passion project, we're looking everything at like very face value. We understand that these celebs like don't do everything. Like their team probably does majority of the work, but the celeb approves or denies what happens.
For the most part. And like I said, some of these we might have been saying that a team brought to them, but they might have actually sparked the idea. Who knows? But just from, like I said, face value.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mix of both, I feel like, for a lot of them.
But yeah, guys.
From what we get.
Let us know if there's any other ones that you want us to talk about, because I'm telling you, there are so many that we could just go on for days and days. So if there's anything we missed.
Yes. Tell us the chisme on some of these brands, or if there's any other ones we missed.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.